Today we're going to take a look at the Dexter 89-inch long EZ Lube 6,000 pound trailer axle with electric brakes and the 6 on 5.5-inch bolt pattern. Now this axle beam will act as part of your trailer suspension system. You can replace an axle on your trailer and you can fabricate a suspension to fit your application. This is a high-strength steel construction. The axle tubing diameter is 3 inches. And this is an underslung design, and by that I mean the spring seats here are welded to the underside of the axle. The spring seats is what your leaf springs would mount to. And because of that, it'll give you a low ride height, makes it very easy to load and unload your trailer. The spring seats and the spindles are all welded onto the axle. Now if you look at the center here, you might notice there's a bend near the center of the axle, and this is what will ensure the proper camber angle. Basically, when you install this axle, that bend should face up, and the label right here should face the rear of the trailer. Now if the label happens to be missing, just use the wires for your electric brakes as a guideline. Those should also face the rear of the trailer. But basically, having the center ride a bit higher and then the sides of the axle bent lower will allow this axle to give you just enough to compensate for the load that's been put on the trailer. That bend creates a nice zero camber angle for even road to tread contact across the width of your trailer's tires, and it'll ensure that the angle of the wheel is correct for your towing needs. The result will give you a nice excellent straight line acceleration for steady controlled towing. These do use the straight EZ Lube spindles. There's no drop to them. And the EZ Lube spindles are nice because they have the grease zerk fitting on the end of them that allows you to hook a grease gun up to and gives you a nice simple lubrication of your bearings by just pumping the grease in without having to take the whole hub off and greasing each bearing individually. And this does include electric brakes. They're very easy to install. Now we've already put them on here just to show you what it looks like installed, but they're easy to go on. There's no actuator, no hydraulic lines necessary with electric brakes. All you end up having is 2 wires here that need to be connected. One you'll connect to a brake feed, the other to a ground. Comes with the adjuster plugs, mounting bolts, all the hardware included. And they are cast iron hub and drums. They're very sturdy and durable. The drum size, the diameter is 12 inches. The width is 2 inches. Bolt pattern is 6 on 5.5 inches. The wheel stud diameter is a 1/2 inch, and it does use a wheel size from 14.5 inch up to 16-inch size. And as I mentioned, we've already put these together, but I do want to mention it will include everything you need. On the inside here, it'll include the inner and outer bearings, the bearing races, grease seals, the grease caps. It'll include the EZ Lube grease caps. Here's one of those here. When you attach it to it and it's installed, you can just pop out that center rubber plug, and that'll give you easy access to that zerk fitting to lubricate your bearings. The wheel studs, the lug nuts are included, and they even give you a good tube of marine grade wheel bearing grease here. This part is made in the USA. A few specs on this. The weight capacity is 6,000 pounds. And the last thing I want to do is give you, there's 2 critical measurements when you're purchasing an axle that you want to be aware of. The first one is hub face to hub face length. And that measurement is from the hub face right here, where your wheel studs are. And if you measure from here all the way across to the hub face on that side, it's going to be 89 inches. And the other one is spring center to spring center length. That's measured from the center of the spring seat. If you go across and measure to the center of that spring seat over there, it would be 74 inches. And that's basically your trailer width also. But that should do it for the review on the Dexter 89-inch long EZ Lube 6,000 pound trailer axle with electric brakes and the 6 on 5.5 inch bolt pattern.